All right, all right. Like it just stated, everything is allegedly, in my opinion. This is the Copyright Act of 1976. This is for fair use. This is also for reality, gossip, news reporting, celebrity entertainment, and always that jazz. So, listen, I know you guys see the title, and the title says Raw and Uncut, baby. My version of Raw and Uncut. So, let's get into it. I want you guys to know that I am so over this uh Trish, this Ken and Martell saga. And Marquise or whatever his name is. I'm just going to lump them all in one. The only reason I'm bringing them up because I really would have bypassed them because I just like to get to the meat and potatoes. But the only reason I'm bringing them up is because I can't understand what Melody end game is. Is that even with her saying she's leaving the show, what is her end game? Because for me, you don't want Martell to talk to you. You don't want him to be around you. You don't want him to look at you. You was at Nell Fletcher's vow renewal. He came to the table, didn't even get a chance for his two buns to sit on the seat you got up and left. But you want to talk to him. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And I want you guys to look at this. I just paused it at this point. The reason I want you guys to look at this particular right here is because Carlos was speaking to Ken, Trish, and Martell. And he was asking Ken how did he feel when Martell was playing, making jokes about, yeah, he slept with, Trish. And that was on the part 2 of the reunion. And he was talking, and the next thing you know, Melody busts in. Oh, you don't got nothing to say to that man? You don't have nothing to say to that man? Everybody looking, Martell looking, everybody's confused. Even Carlos was like, excuse me? Because she basically does exactly what she don't want people to do to her. She don't want people to cut her off of when she's talking, but she doesn't mind doing it. So, anywho, um, Carlos was like, "Oh, okay." And so, the next thing you know, she was like, "Well, you got, you ain't got nothing to say to that man, but you so have a lot to say to all these women." So then Martell was like, "Oh, you trying to gas me up or whatever?" She leans over to Tisha. Tisha, you think I gassed him up? You think I gassed him up? And Tisha was like, "Yeah, you gassed him up." My whole thing is that Tisha, you are so much better than me because it's certain things I just can't have decorum for. I cannot have decorum. I cannot go alone to get along. Um, she would have been getting that smoke, the same smoke that you had with them puppets. It would have been nonverbal. It's like my whole thing is that no, she doesn't like anyone up on that panel, and no one likes her either. So my whole thing is, and before y'all come and say, "Oh, you don't like Mel," let me tell you something. Go back and check my videos. In the beginning, it's not a point of liking someone; it's a point of getting to know someone, giving a person 100%, and saying that's like if you go in a relationship, you give someone 100%. Sometimes you see red flags, but because she was going, dealing, putting all her business out there and everything that she wanted us to know, and Melody didn't even realize that what she was doing was going to gain her the, the fans that she have now. She that fell in her lap, and I tell you, it fell in her lap. So, anywho, I just don't understand. If you don't want him talking to you, why are you talking to him? Don't talk to him. Leave him alone. I feel what a lot of people are saying, like you still got feelings for him. I feel that is true because it's like this man wasn't even talking to you. Carlos wasn't even talking to you. And you just, inserted yourself in a situation. Trish, and I know Trish really don't see it for Trish. Trish don't really have nothing to say when it comes to Melody. So, anywho, I wanted you guys to see that part. So, the next thing is I'm moving along. And oh, let me go ahead and say this too, so I can sum this whole thing. I'm taking Martell out. It's Ken, Trish, and Marquez. Trish, I know based on now that y'all don't supposed to be together. I don't know how true that is. We'll see. I'm quite sure some other things have came out allegedly about, and I'm saying allegedly that I haven't seen it, but I heard it in the streets, the YouTube streets, about some hands. He's putting hands, but I don't know. That's all I'm saying allegedly. But what I do know is that your Trish is looking really fresh face. It's almost like she's really revived herself. So I don't know if that's what has taken place. But the other thing is, make sure you go ahead and get that divorce done. Trish, I'm gonna send you a message to Trish. If you listen to this, I'm gonna send you a message because yes, I'm gonna DM you. Um, yes, Marquez is gone. He needs to be gone. Ken right now you know how you have some women that are insecure, they're always in their feelings. Ken is a buff, insecure male walking around because he leads with his pocket. He does in his heart. He leads with his pocket and hearts. I don't know what Ken is looking for. I truly do not know because any man worth his grain of salt wouldn't have stayed around that long without saying, hey, you know, for in order for me to be here, this X, Y, and Z has to be done. What's the hold up? You know. So at the end of the day, it's really his fault because he's went too long and Trish is comfortable with where she's at. So and I know you guys are going to say, well, they're not together. Well, that's what there's been no official statement from them. They just unfollowed, taking pictures and all that stuff and unfollowed each other. But Trish does have an old page that she probably doesn't even think about anymore. But but it has some of the newer photos on there. So I don't know if they just trickle over to that one, but she has a page that a second Instagram page that they still follow each other. So hey, I don't know, but I'm just saying we'll see when the season starts back. So anywho, so I'm done with those three. They can go on about their business. A waste of time. Then it comes the girls' trip. The girl trips comes up. Let me go ahead and share my screen and let me bring this up for you guys to take a look. And this is the girl trip. Let me see. Carlos is talking. Hold on one moment.
Destiny were able to be in the same room.
First time in years.
During the trip, you two did have a moment. And what I thought was nice is Melody is entering the house, and Destiny, you mouthed to her that you were sorry.
With tears in her eyes.
And
I said, I'm sorry for what I had to do.
See, that's that right there, the slick shade, all that stuff like that. Destiny, if you don't do nothing else, stop even speaking to this girl. Stop even speaking to her because you guys are never going to be friends. Because I'm gonna tell you why. You knew Martell before you knew Melody. Melody didn't know LeBaric. Melody met LeBaric through Martell, like she's met everyone else. So at the end of the day, Melody is around here befriending LeBaric, trying to allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly, hurt you. So at the end of the day, and I'm just letting this play and y'all can watch it. But at the end of the day, for me, what I don't understand is that I don't know, maybe because you're working on yourself and you're going through your healing journey. And I've been in that place too where you want to, let bygones be bygones. Now, for me, when I do that, that doesn't mean I want to be friends with the sap sucker. I just, want to, because all that negative energy is not good. Stress can take you out of here, can unalive you. So it's not good. But let's see what they talking about.
What? Destiny is
Girl,
sitting
hold
here
on.
talking
Run it
to
back.
me.
Ladies, we got to move on. So look, evidently
Stop.
nothing will get resolved with this tonight. Okay.
Period.
But
Ever.
stay locked.
Is what it
Just
is.
stop.
Up and it's stuck.
Okay, hold on.
Always. So death do us part. Up and stuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it is what it, I don't even realize. I couldn't even. I was shocked on the girls' trip that. But I'll give it to Destiny. Destiny was trying, but Destiny, you cool with Martell. But I feel like even if you weren't cool with Martell, it would not be a friendship. You guys had a surface friendship. Okay, I know y'all gonna come on here. Well, it wasn't a surface friendship. Melody really liked her because Melody did this and did that for her and did this and did that for her. Huh. Oh, really? Okay. So if it's a true friendship, at the end of the day, why does Melody feel the way? I really feel like Melody wanted her to pick her or Martell. I feel like they both could. Now, the one thing, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, this is all allegedly, but I know some people were saying that Destiny was taking Bones back to Martell. I don't know and really don't care at this point. All I know is at the end of the day, for me, is that I'm sick of Melody and Destiny going back and forth with the relationship. So that's another reason it's good that she's not going to be there. She has so many toxic, negative relationships with everybody on this stage. And even though just because her and Tisha are not going head for head, and I'm going to talk about that at the end. But let me share my screen with you guys. I want you guys to hear where Carlos is asking Miss Nail about, you will hear what he's asking her, and I'll just chime in because I have to talk in between this. Once again, shout out to Love and Marriage Huntsville on Instagram. Let me go ahead and share. And
the ladies, you all were at the beach. There was a conversation about the word Jesus being brought up. And Nell made a comment that your fans have gotten to your head so much that you're now comparing yourself to Jesus.
Oh.
When you saw that, what did you think?
Ridiculous.
I made a damn joke like you did.
It was a joke. Okay, if it was a damn joke, we good.
Do you think Mel Head has blown up?
be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. See? Now I'm gonna let y'all. I don't have time to listen. Now I just want y'all to see the dramatic performance. Cause these two finna go all this like going back and forth right there, and they talking over each other. I don't have time for that. I really do not. So here she go. Watch this.
I don't know why everybody won't just understand this male. Everybody need to fall in line and fall in place. Male is this, male the queen of this. Everybody need to just play their role.
I said you said this is your platform, and I said.
Okay, let me stop it right there. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. It doesn't matter if you're on a reality show or not. You don't have to get up and do all of that. We know Miss Nail is animated, and now Melody, you're animated. But at the end of the day, okay, she said it. She said it. She said, I said it. I don't understand. You could have easily been like, no, that's how she feel. That's how she feel. That's what somebody would say if they know it's not true. That's what I would do. I'm quite sure some people, if like that's somebody come and say you stole they $50. And you're like, no, I didn't steal your $50. But if you stole that $50, most people who know they've done something, they do what? They beat you getting upset, right or wrong. So, anywho, I'm gonna let that keep playing because I want y'all to hear the part with Kimmy because I don't want to y'all, watch this. She finna be watch how watch she do in the chair. Look at her. There you go. Yep. Mm-hmm. And Tisha straighten her hair. No, ma'am, I wouldn't have. And then but you see how she leaned away from Tisha? I wouldn't even have to. She leaned away from Tisha. So So I want you guys to hear the part when, you know, Kimmy is chiming in.
Exchange. There has been an exchange.
I have called you about Chris and Martell maybe once, but
this part
I've been there more so for you and Martell's situation or just you. So I'm not saying you haven't been there for me, but I don't want to do the back and forth.
Like, and I appreciate you, Miss Nell. I appreciate you.
But how did you think it was going to be received?
I appreciate you.
When you said,
I want to make sure she hears me.
Did you see Kimmy's face? That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Like, how do you just cut people off, but when somebody cuts you off, oh, is it a crime? Let me stop sharing. It's a crime, baby. It's a shame and a scandal. It's a crime. But anywho, all I can say is I love that Trish stood her ground. Trish didn't back down when Melody was coming for her through the season. And also, you know, I just need Miss Nell to not really like be rah, 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 but be like, look, I said what I said and that's it. Like, you know, nobody's going to punk me. Nobody's going to do anything. I don't care if you said this, it was your baby or you're not your baby. It does not matter. I'm on here, you know, I'm on here. And that's, you know, that's just the way it's going to be. Because honestly, Nell could have came on the season before with Fletcher. Chris wanted to come on and Nell wasn't ready. You know, Nell didn't really want to. But anywho, I want to get to the je ne sais quoi of everything. I want to get to Miss Money Stormy Steels in the building. Let's go ahead and share. Stormy.
With you because, you know, you've been on the show and then you decided to walk away from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Why is that?
Life just got really busy. I ended up being the first person on TikTok to have $1 million live stream. Since then, I have become.
Watch Melody's face, y'all. Watch the face. The face.
I'm the #1 live seller in the entire United States on any live selling platform. And it has had me everywhere. And then you guys saw it. You saw what my mom had to say about me getting arrested and what comes with the back end of it. It was just like, before I even came to Love and Marriage, people knew me from my brand, Canvas Beauty.
Melody, don't ever play poker because you do not have a poker face. Don't ever play poker.
And the negativity that came from like certain fans of the show, it was just more than I wanted to deal with while I was doing.
I just wish, and I know, Stormy, you keeping it cute, but don't keep it cute. I would have been like, look, from certain fans of the show, I wouldn't have said the millimeters or anything. I'd have been like one particular person's fan club, but everybody know who it is, so we don't even. It is, we know. They know.
Something so astronomical, and that's the table that I was building at TikTok. But I love the show. I love the people here, and I wish I could have.
Look at that. I'm gonna freeze it right there. That is the face and the smile of be pleased. That right there, that is that when you got a stank smile, it's called smile stank, stank smile stank. I'm gonna call it smile stank. That smile right there is like be pleased. Little Scrappy say, biz naive. Them talk through that, but she's just like saying Courtney's not, and so Melody gonna try to talk. Look at her, that's true. Courtney was there for her. But see, the thing is, for me, I just want to, and I'm going to go ahead and give. Let me see what else. I forgot she would probably.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by, my love.
Okay. Yeah. I know for me, what I wanted to state about Tisha and Melody. Melody, you are so blessed, honey, when it comes to this. I don't know anybody, not anybody, anybody that would be able to sit on that stage with you after the stunt or stunts you pulled with my loved one. I would not have been. I would not have been able to be on that stage with you. Because regardless if you want to admit it or not, there's no way Kiki would have been on that platform if it wasn't for you. They had a whole storyline about how you were trying to use Kiki allegedly to get back at Tisha, even at the pajama party. Remember, Tisha wasn't there, Kiki was there, and Kimmy called it out, and it went past that and so on and so forth. But what I'm stating is, I don't think Tisha is actually, I just think Tisha is numb right now. That's my feeling, allegedly. But all I'm going to tell you, Melody, it's a lot of people saying you had the right one. My sister, my cousin, the closest thing I have, regardless of what we went through, she was mine, not yours. That's how I would feel if I was Tisha. It don't matter what me and my cousin / sister went through. She was mine. Tisha even said that they didn't feel that Kiki was ready she wasn't, what was the verbiage they used? I'm trying to remember. They felt like she was not ready to be on that show yet. And unfortunately, now we see what they mean. You know? And Melody, let me tell you something. Ooh, girl. Kiki was better than me, God bless her soul. Because there's no way you would have been wanting to do no drug test on me. I'd have been like, I'm like, Heifer, you better go sit down somewhere. But anyway, long story short, Melody, baby, you got a lot to answer for. And then when you were seeing your butt on the stage and Carlos gave any and everybody an opportunity to speak or say something, mom's the word. Quiet, baby.
I'm sharing because I've already
That's
did a
all I gotta
video
say on that one.
for Kiki where they were showing Kiki. What I want to go ahead and say for me, Melody, you have said or done something to everybody on that stage. And somebody may say, oh, you turned on Melody. Baby, let me tell you something. First and foremost, I am a woman of a certain age and I don't have to turn on anyone because I don't know them like that. What I know is what I see on the television. And I see how your character and your name is all you have at the end of the day. And your word is bond. That's what you have. And that's what I was raised on. So for me, what I see in Melody, you have certain character flaws. And that doesn't mean that a person can't change, but you have to want to change. You have to want to change. And I do understand when a certain amount of power comes to you and you're not expecting it, and it helped you get through where you're at now. But what I'm saying to you is you took a person like Stormy who came in and had her own money. Stormy had her own money. Stormy, she wanted to be on television or whatever, but Stormy had her money. Stormy had her money. She was already self-made. So at the end of the day, yes, this gave her exposure, but it really gave her bad exposure because of some of your fans. Not all of them, some of them. So my thing is, for you to sit on the stage and smile and all this stuff, you have never picked up the phone. Now, I'm going to just say allegedly, but I doubt you have. because you just like Martell. Y'all don't say, you rarely say you're sorry about anything. So anywho, like I was stating, let me say this. Picked up the phone and said, Stormy, congratulations, and or any of those things. You at Stormy house, if you had it going on like that, okay, true enough, somebody said that you paid or production paid or whatever. I don't know who paid or not. But at the end of the day, she could have still said no. She still could have said no. So you could have been a powerhouse. Y'all could have been you could have been a powerhouse. You could have been doing the things you're doing. But I'm gonna tell you this, Melody. If you do not let go and keep your fans, but you need to change the direction that your life is going in. And when I mean change, you need to put space between you and your fans and just make it just what it is, fans. No more meet and greets, no more of those things. You need to focus on, this is just my fan club. This is this is that. Because you have to say, if they're truly your fans, if you stop going into their particular channels, or you stop doing all this stuff, and there's no, you may go on live or whatever, or not even go on live. I would slow down on the lives. You may put posts out, hey, I'm doing this brand, I'm doing that brand, and just be about your paper, be about your money, and see who is truly a fan of yours. Just stop giving anything out and go solo dolo, and just lean on Jesus and not your fan club, and see if your fan club is still there. I'm serious. Don't give no content. Don't give nothing. Just focus on your business, because you're not on the show anymore. Last night was it. So there shouldn't be no more Love and Marriage Huntsville that you have to talk about. There should not. Now, will there? Probably. But the proof is in the pudding. Melody, let me tell you something. The same way you say God said go, the same way you said God, don't play about me and all this stuff. God don't play about a lot of people. God also have his soldiers, and God also have people sitting watching you. God, you have no idea. You have no idea that God can have somebody watching you, and the blessings that he's bestowed upon you. You got to realize, if the spirit is telling you, or your conscience is telling you, maybe this is a way of you trying to back out of your fan base. You can still, I don't even know if you can still keep your fans. You can keep your fans, but you need to get distance, because your life is going in a different area. I don't know if and most of your millimeters or whoever here it is, they probably going, she doesn't like Melody. She doesn't like Melody. I do not know Melody. I am not a millimeter. I am not victim shaming, because, baby, let me explain something to you. The only difference between Melody and a lot of us is that she was on television, but it does not change when a person put you on Instagram or put you on anything. There are people out there that have went through the social media part of it. She is not the only one. In fact, people have went through it worse than Melody. Worse. You need to humble yourself. Humble pie, Melody. Number one. Number two, accountability. My whole thing is this. If you had grievances with Carlos or with whoever, You shouldn't have to get on TikTok and air those grievances out when you are running a business like that. And I said this before in one of my other videos. This has nothing to do with if I like Melody or not. I don't know Melody to like Melody. I only can judge Melody based on her character and how she moves. That's it. That is it. Did I feel bad for her in the beginning? Yes, I did. But at the end of the day, I'm going to use a quote that good old Tasha K said. Melody, so allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, and I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly how Tasha K said it, but she was like, she levied her family and sold her family, however she said, basically, you sold your family out for television. Because Melody, you could have stopped at any time. You could have stopped at any time and said, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. This is what I want to talk about. This is what, you know, you didn't have to talk about, you didn't have to meet with Martell. You didn't have to do all of those things. You know, you knew who Martell was. I mean, Martell didn't just start acting like that. A man don't just, a person, not even a man, a person don't just start acting like that. Especially if they're on television. They don't just start acting like that. You know, a a-hole is always a a-hole. Sometimes they just put a different outfit on it, but they're gonna always have that stamp a-hole on them. So, anywho, all I'm stating is, Melody, I hope you don't come back because you've done so much damage that now, if you come back, it's just not going to. It's not going to be pretty. You know, it's not going to be pretty. The last thing I want to say, I wish you would just be honest with your fan base. I wish you would be just honest with them and tell them, and this is me as a woman, and just some things that I pick up, vibes I pick up. You're tired. You're not only tired of the show, you're tired of the pomp and pretenses that you have to do to keep them elevated, to keep them engaged, to keep them, liking you. You are tired. And the one thing you don't know is the eyes are the center of the soul, and the eyes don't lie. The eyes tell everything. The eyes tell everything. You've had to keep up this prompts and pretenses for a long time. And now that you're out, you should stay out, build out from Love and Marriage Huntsville, and just take your licks and say, you know what? I gave it a great run. Thank you, God. And just start. You could still have your fan base, but what you need to do is just start treating them as fan base. They're not your friends. They don't know you. So if you do that and they're still there, then they care for you. But if you go and spend a majority of your time building your businesses and taking care of your children, and you put posts from time to time, but not be the way that, you're popping in this person's, lives or whatever, it's on you. You're grown. You could do what you want, but you're not going to be able to keep this up forever. No, you won't. But anywho, guys, I've said what I said. I feel like I kept it as raw as I could without going, just being nasty with it. But at the end of the day, Melody, you really, if you're not leaving, you need to leave because of the fact that your empire, or whatever you want to call what you've, gained this far, it's shaky. It's shaky. I seen it was shaky, and I'm gonna put that video on with this video when you did the TikTok. There is no way I would have combined, but I knew what you were doing because people were coming over to listen to drama, listen to who you had to go off on with the red phone. So, but that's not a great tactic when it comes to business. And the reason I can say that is because I have been in business for years. And there's a certain level of respect and professionalism that you have to have if you want to have a successful business. And your business, yes, is successful now. But the key to know if your business will be successful is once you truly walked away and then once you stop going into all these different lives and putting all this stuff, you're quiet right now for the most part, not 100%. But if you do all of that and stand on your own merit, I will come back and backtrack and eat everything that I stated. But you will have to stand on your own merit. You would not have people going to bat for you doing different things. So whoever listens to this, maybe this has nothing to do with not liking Mel or liking Mel, because I could care less. I don't know Mel. When I get off of this video, unless you're singing a melody, I don't even use the word male or melody in my vocabulary. This is all content, honey. And this is my lifelong lesson of living. And this is also me went through some things. The things that Melody done went through, that's nothing. And I'm going to say it. It's nothing. It's something because it's on the show. It's on the show. But if y'all come back and want to say, oh, you couldn't go through what she went through, baby, the only part I didn't go through is being on a television show. Everything else I did and more. So talk to me when you know and then walked in my shoes. Okay? So, within stating that, my friend, I want to tell you guys to go ahead and hit the like. I want to go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe, share. I don't know what's going on with it. But go ahead, guys. Subscribe, share, follow me. Hit me up, hit me up. I'm tired. That's why I'm singing. I'm delirious. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And drop your comments below. Make sure you be respectful to each other and to me. And until next time, I love you guys. Peace and so. Mwah.